Lancaster, and right now we are at the electric station near the administration of the electric station of the train station or railroad of Ilowaisk. And as you can see here, there's a big crater, and purportedly at about 4 o'clock this morning there was several incoming rockets, and it's purported to be reported by the authorities of the Donetsk Republic that it was United States supplied HIMAR rockets. Now we're here on the ground to investigate and try to find out all the information possible that we can. And you can see how this is a huge hole here, a huge crater. And purportedly 2 of the workers here at the railroad were injured and taken to the hospital. We're going to investigate further and find out all the information we can here on the ground in Ilowaisk. Please like, share, subscribe, and support our work. The link on the screen or in the description. And as you can see, there's another impact here, which again appears to be an impact from a U.S. supplied HIMARS. The hole here is very similar to the holes that we saw in Volnovakha just 2 days ago when the center of Volnovakha was hit by HIMARS. We see here, this is a direct attack on the infrastructure, the railroad infrastructure of Ilowaisk here. By Ukrainian forces with U.S. supplied weapons. And we can see many of the pieces of shrapnel here, and this one in particular has a CH-1, which specifically identifies it as a Western supplied weapon, because Soviet, Ukraine, or Russian made weapons would not have Latin numbers on them. And these are indicative of what appears to be HIMARS. So if you disagree or if you agree, comment below and let us know what you think. But we're here on the ground showing you this electric station here on the railroad in Ilowaisk, showing you exactly what the story is here. And this, again, no question, U.S. supplied weapons fired on the infrastructure, the civilian infrastructure of Donbass. So now we're going to move on to other areas that get hit and take a little closer look here at some of these pieces and the area. So here we go.
Алюминиевые снаряды легкие.
Они сложены в непосредственной близости, на некоторых из них присутствуют намерения.
Alright, so that was, as I said, the electric station of the railroad in Ilowaisk. Now we're going to the depot, or the station where the trains unload and load, where it's reported that that's a particular place, which isn't too far, is where the actual workers were injured, and this is all around the same time. We're going to investigate if it's the same type of ammunition that was used here, which appears to be a HIMARS again, or a different type, and what the time frame was exactly. So glad you're here with us to see all the information as it comes, so we can show you exactly what we see, only the facts. Alright, again, we see the characteristic straight down hole here that we see in many places, just like the last. What appears purportedly is an impact crater of a HIMARS. We have some of the shrapnel pieces here. We're going to have a closer look at those. But one thing we see here, many shrapnel pieces that are here. But one thing we see here on the walls is how, going this way, the shrapnel seems to come out here in very small pieces, almost like little balls. Just made just to tear through things. So we're going to have a closer look here and see the other impact sites, we believe. Alright, now with our investigation, we're seeing little differences in the different locations here, possibly indicating that the HIMARS, one of them exploded above the ground, which is how it looks here, because we see these impacts from the shrapnel here. Now, if it would have just exploded when it hit the ground here, that shrapnel would not have hit here, and as well on the roof. So what it appears happened is when the rocket came down, the actual explosive blew up in the air, came down on the roof there, the shrapnel, and down here. And then the motor itself went into the ground and made that perfect circle there. But the first impact that we saw appears that the rocket went in the ground and then exploded. So it appears what we've seen now and in the past from different explosions from HIMARS is sometimes they blow up above the ground, sometimes below the ground. I'm not an expert. Please comment below if I'm wrong or what you think about my investigation here.
Они уже забрались.
Это масло там, да? All right, here at this new location, we saw the shrapnel. We saw more of the shrapnel holes here. There appears to be little BBs that came down here, and it seems the explosion happened in the air, an air burst, because we can see the angle is from that direction. So what appears to happen here at this location is that the rocket came down just like it did in the other areas, and exploded just in the air above here, rained down shrapnel, these little BBs, little pellets almost, and we can see 100% from here, these holes here and over there, that this was an air burst, and the motor or engine of the rocket came down and punctured through this hole here into the oil storage below, and the oil didn't ignite, so we can see that the explosion did happen up above. Again, comment below what you think about my investigation here on the ground in Ilovaisk. All right, so we found a couple of these little pellets here. Now, these shot down thousands across this area here and over in the other direction. Now we can see these are made to go through human bodies. I don't think there's any real doubt about that. And again, we believe this is a U.S. supplied HIMARS. If we're wrong or if we're right, comment below and let us know. We're going to have another look around here and possibly another location.
Должно быть миллион.
Можно сказать, что произошло здесь?
Ну, в 4 утра начались взрывы.
Ага.
Вроде как поначалу ПВО срабатывало, а потом уже дальше пошли разрывы снарядов. Это то, что я дома была, это я вам могу ответить. А
Ага.
что на самом деле уже вот непосредственно как пришли на работу.
Я слышу, два раненых есть.
Да, два пострадавших.
Ага, и как они?
Ну, на 7 утра было ранение бедра у помощника и у машиниста щека.
Ага, они будут хорошо или... Они в больнице или дома?
Как они, где они, что ли сегодня?
Ну, наверное, скорее всего в больнице, а утром выезжали на работу. На тепловозе через круг.
Ага.
Вы там, наверное, уже были.
Понял.
Они где-то здесь пострадали, получается.
Да, на
вот,
кругу, вот там вот две воронки.
вот где молоту воронку, да?
Ага.
Ага, сейчас следующая воронка, это мы...
Да,
Ага.
Вас как зовут?
Марина.
Марина.
И где мы находимся сейчас?
Смазочная, локомотивного депо. Топливный склад.
Ага. И как вы думал, почему украинский стреляет здесь?
Ну, навредить структуре железной дороги. Это единственное объяснение.
Понял.
Еще раз могли бы повторить, во сколько и какого числа это все произошло, и где вы находились?
Сегодня у нас 24, да? 24 января 2023 года в 4 утра.
Вы где в этот момент где находились?
Я дома была.
Было слышно?
Естественно, очень слышно. Даже видно было энергоучасток, который пострадала трансформаторная станция.
Спасибо.
All right, we just come to the next location, and we can see here how strong the impact was here. It destroyed some of the tracks itself, threw them far away from the impact. Now let's take a look over here. And we can see very similar hole here, an exact circle, but we see here that it didn't explode completely in the ground, but kind of on the surface when it hit and destroyed these tracks here. Now, after talking to the road workers here, we understand that it seems this here was the target. From what we understand, this changes the direction of trains, and without this piece of equipment, it would severely deteriorate the train system here in Donetsk, and it appears that is what the target was, at least for these two hits. There's one hit here and one on the other side. We're going to take a look over there, but this is where the two people were injured, the two workers, and we're seeing a trend now. What appears to happen, they came down in sets of 2 HIMARs at one time. First was the 2 at the electric railroad station, the electric station for the railroad, and then 2 on the depot itself, which is maybe 150 meters that way. And now here at the direction changer, here, as you could call it, is another 2. And it seems it came down at 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and then another one sometime around that time, another set of 2. So now we're going to have a look over at the other impact and see what's over there. And we come to the other side of this direction changer for the trains. Not sure what the actual technical term is for it. Comment below if you know. But we're just over here where the trains are, and we see another impact. We can actually, I'm not sure if you can see it really well with the camera, but we can see down here the trails of the shrapnel coming across the grass here, coming from this crater. This is similar to the one just over there, which backs up our theory of two coming down at one time together. And we can see the shrapnel from these two are totally different than the shrapnel at the depot just up the way, because they were shot at different times. And it appears that these were shot to destroy equipment, particularly this direction changer for the trains and the tracks here, because when they hit the surface, they exploded. Now, on the other side, at the depot, we saw they exploded in air, and these BBs came down, which there's no BBs here. BBs came down over there. One could assume, because there's more workers on that side, they came down to kill workers. And at the first electrical station, we saw one that appeared to possibly have blown up when it hit the ground, and the other when it went in deep. Now, again, that could be destroy more equipment. We're here trying to investigate the best we can about all our abilities. Please comment below if you know something or see something that we don't see. Your opinion is very much appreciated. We're here to report to you because you are the ones that make our work possible. We're totally crowdfunded, independent, and supported by you, our followers. So please support our work with the link on the screen or in the description. And remember, everything we show you here today are facts here on the ground. Ukraine forces fired on the railroad system of the Donetsk People's Republic in Russia with purportedly what we appear to see as HIMAR supplied by the United States. These are facts, and we're reporting it to you. We believe you deserve to see things on both sides of the contact line, not just what the Western mainstream media wants to show you. We want you to have a choice of information. Don't just watch my reports. Watch reports from the other side of the line. We believe you deserve to see things from both sides, not just one side, not just be fed like sheep by the Western mainstream media and the Western governments. Think for yourself. Think outside the box. Get as much information as you can and make your own educated decision on the things you believe and what you want to follow.